I'm so angry right now. The utilization of AI has reached an all new low. Honestly, has reached an all new low. Honestly, I've been sort of back and forth on my thoughts of AI, specifically using AI for creating art. So anime, manga, art in general. It's always been like a mixed bag for me. I think it's a fun tool for a lot of people to utilize in a free sense. But when it comes to actually utilizing it in something that is going to be sold to a user, that's where I get mixed feelings. Especially, and this is kind of my breaking point. If you get to this point, this is where I'm no longer happy. Utilizing AI to pull from sort of an image data bank of images that are not your creation and then selling that as your own. I think that is terrible. That is theft. And that is something that is actually being used by several actually printing and selling manga, which is really unsettling. But I think Tezuka Production has reached an all new low. I am seriously angry about this news that I ran into. And honestly, it's something that I'm not sure if I talked about 3 years ago when Tezuka Production was first kind of dabbling in this. Utilizing AI to essentially revive the dead. Yes, the classic Black Jack series is celebrating its 50th year anniversary with an AI-generated manga. A new version of Tezuka Osamu's Black Jack Manga will be published in Weekly Shonen Champion magazine. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how can that be? Tezuka is dead, right? There's the stinger. As part of a new project, Tezuka 2023, they will be launching a new manga using AI. Yes. Previously, with a project Tezuka 2020, they used AI to create a manga called Python that imitated Tezuka's style. So despite the fact that he's passed away, they took everything he created and threw it into an AI to generate a story based on that information the AI kind of built from it. They're essentially creating a Tezuka brain. The series titled Python was created by running thousands of Tezuka's stories, characters, and concepts through a computer. By analyzing his library, it was hoped that a new story could be suggested in his style. With that project in mind, they moved on to Tezuka 2023 project, which utilized AI to learn Black Jack by Tezuka Osamu, which of course is a series that ran from 1973 all the way to 1983. For those who don't know about Black Jack, it essentially follows a doctor who is very, very skilled, and he helps the poor, and he also utilizes skills to teach arrogant people lessons. The project utilizes technology developed under contract from New Energy and Industrial Technologies Development Organization, which is an R&D agency in Japan. Keio University Faculty of Science and Technology Professor Satoshi Kurihara is going to be involved, as well as Tezuka Productions director Makoto Tezuka. Professor Satoshi said, "By participating in Tezuka 2020, I strongly felt the possibility of AI support for creative tasks. At the same time, I was keenly aware that AI still lacked the ability to compete with human creativity. This experience led to the launch of the current research project developed by NATO, which pursues the possibility of co-creation between AI and manga. We were extremely lucky to have a generative AI like ChatGPT that was a big boost for us. This time, we are proposing an AI concept based on ChatGPT 4 that supports the creative work of the creator through interactive interactions. Of course, great technology requires careful consideration of negative aspects that are currently being discussed in various fields. Through this research project, we will answer the fundamental question of what kind of relationship between the ever-evolving AI and people/society should be built in order to realize the ideal human society in the future. I think you can find one answer. First of all, I am looking forward to what kind of work will be completed with Tezuka 2023. Let's be perfectly clear. First and foremost, I say this every single time I talk about AI being involved with a big corporation. No matter what they say, it comes down to this will make things for us and not cost anything to produce it. Let's be perfectly clear. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that mindset of a company seeing something that can produce something for little to nothing and making a lot of money out of it. So when they say things like, it'll assist us, it will help the mangaka, let's be perfectly clear. Mangakas, artists, animators, they've all been having a terrible time with terrible hours, being overworked, crunch time, and all that kind of stuff. And they've done nothing to help them. So when they say things like this is going to assist them, don't buy it. But now that's out of the way, now that we've acknowledged that that is a thing and that it's a complete lie, they're still dropping the same concept of this is going to be assisting the animators, it's going to be assisting the artists. It's bullcrap. Let's push that aside. The more interesting thing is that it seems like even still now, they still acknowledge the idea that there's negative effects here. They're trying to make sure that we are aware that people aren't happy about us using this stuff, but we're still kind of search into this to try to find that medium that people will like this. They're still acknowledging that this is a computer. They're still acknowledging that this isn't going to compete with the creative mind of a human. Now, the problem that they're having here, and the reason why this actually works for them, is that there's nobody to compete with. Because what they're doing here is they're taking the mind of somebody that is dead, and they're making it make more stuff. Now, you could still have the argument that a lot of people are going to have that this isn't Tezuka, because all you did is told a machine to act like Tezuka, but they're still going to do it. Because what I'm kind of feeling right now already, and I might get into it more later on, is this is them as Tezuka trying to beat money out of something that is no longer with them. They've milked the properties and stuff of Tezuka so much that they're going, well, let's milk it again by making an AI act like it. Makoto Tezuka stated, in Tezuka 2020, I created a manga called Python. But at that time, AI was still a beginner in manga and was modest in its involvement. 3 years since then, AI is advancing in leaps and bounds. I can't say I'm a beginner anymore. So I'm going to raise the hurdles at once and challenge the new work of Osamu Tezuka's masterpiece Black Jack. Black Jack has many episodes, includes all genres, and is a work that condenses the essence of Osamu Tezuka. And it can be said that the current post-pandemic era is the most craving content. This time, various creators will be able to create new methodologies for content creation by actually collaborating with AI. Japanese manga cultures may get another new future. I love this mindset of creating a fix for something that doesn't exist. There's so many people out there with creative stories to tell, but they're acting like they need AI to fix a problem that doesn't exist. We don't have enough animators. Well, we need AI. Well, the animators, they're too overburdened. We need AI to help them. Well, manga is dying. We need to revitalize it. All things that could have been fixed before that was never fixed, but now is the excuse for utilizing AI. I'm literally starting to get angry at this. And this sucks because this is like, Japan's usually behind on a lot of technologies. And it really does feel like AI is going to be the first case where they jump ahead of the game. And it annoys me because it's going to dilute one of the most creative regions in storytelling. If I wanted ChatGPT to tell me a story based on Tezuka's storytelling, I can do that right now. I don't need you to publish a manga to do that. I'll go there and say, write a story based on Black Jack. It'll do it for me. The problem is that ChatGPT wrote it. I want a story by Tezuka. But unfortunately, Tezuka is passed away. So I'm not going to get that. I don't need you to go tell it to do that. Because what's the point? It's not Tezuka. I do truly hope that nobody pays in this. I'm assuming that Python did well. Again, it technically utilized a lot of his stories to create a story based on his style, and I'm guessing based on that possibly working, they continued on to butcher Black Jack. Not that Black Jack's like the pinnacle of storytelling, but it was extremely successful, and I did like a lot of what I did watch of Black Jack. I didn't read any of it, I just watched some Black Jack. But the main core thing is here, and the big thing that literally makes me so mad, like it pisses me off. Let's be frank with it. Let's get some nyas in here. This is literally me off. Is literally his son being okay with the idea of literally creating an AI brain of his father just to continue to make profits off his father. Is like, are we not talented enough to create our own stuff? Is Tezuka Productions doing that bad that they can't create their own stuff? Yes, you can make an argument that doctors use AI all the time. Maybe Osamu was a big fan of AI, and maybe he wrote something saying, hey, continue my works with AI. It sounds like it could be cool. Is Tezuka Productions hurting this bad that they can't just create their own crap? That they have to zombify this poor guy just to keep milking him? This is where I think we're getting into the realm of something that is morally wrong. And it's something that technically is happening elsewhere. There's a lot of people that are technically using AI. There was like a system that I seen at some point where they take chat logs from text messages to create somebody in an AI, we're getting to a really scary realm that isn't ever going to match the original, but only shows our desperation for not looking to the future. This is literally a case of a company, a property that is literally stuck in the past, and we're unable to look to the future. AI, in a sense, is utilizing pre-established information to create content. Despite the fact that people want to claim that it is machine learning and it will look to the future, it never is going to, because it's always going to go based on what it's given. And I feel like with this whole project, it's Tezuka Production almost trying to create a future based on that past information. And if it somehow works, it's only going to be temporary. At some point, people are going to realize this kind of feels samey. There's going to be an element within it that feels samey, because again, at its core, it's old content trying to create new content, while at the same time spitting in the face of somebody of the past. Anyhow, I think I got it off my chest. This so makes me angry. It so makes me angry. I don't know, maybe someday somebody's gonna utilize AI to scan all of my YouTube videos and keep me around if I pass away. Please don't. Just move on. Just please move on. That would, and I would imagine that's what Tezuka thinks too. Like, dude, guys, just please move on. Like, just create new stuff. There's tons of mangakas out there. Find an artist out there. Give them a shot. It's bad enough that you keep rerunning my series and reprinting it. Just write something new. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about AI, but sometimes it just bites me and I'm like, I gotta bite back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment, let me know. Are you all for a Tezuka brain? Do you want them to just immortalize? Would you like a Satoshi Kon AI to create Satoshi Kon films? That would be something that that thought bites at me a little bit. Like, I kind of would like that, but no, it's not gonna be Satoshi Kon. I gotta remind myself, it's just going to be an AI trying to be Satoshi Kon. Don't do it. Anyways, if you're new to this channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate everybody that supports the channel. Special shout out to Star K, who became a Patreon member. Really appreciate the support, and y'all take care.